It was 6 a.m. beneath the rainbow when I decided to quit, and I've been happier for it ever since. I've mentioned before that I am a dancer as well as an author. Now, during my 20 plus years of dancing, I've competed in groups and solo many times. It's just something I thought was always done. But what do you do when your foot swells, your shoulder is on the verge of injury, and there is 1 week left to create a routine for competition submissions that you must enter because you have to prove that you're the best? 2021 was the first year teaching dance, and in early December we had our first studio showcase, which took a lot of unpaid hours for me to organise and run smoothly. It wasn't my job to do that, but that's another story for another day. Over Christmas, I ate like there would be no food left tomorrow, and for the rest of the month I became what is known as a couch potato. It was the end of a big year physically and emotionally, and more than anything, I needed to rest. But I had something to prove. In 2021, I competed in my first big competition and placed 7th out of 8 in my division. I was devastated. I felt so far behind the other competitors and embarrassed that I thought I had a chance of placing in the top 3. So I trained my butt off for the rest of 2021, intending to return and win one of those pretty sashes in 2022. I woke up on Tuesday morning. The submission deadline was that Saturday night at midnight. My ankle was swollen and bruised from rehearsals. It hurt before I even hit the ground. My shoulder was on the verge of serious injury because I hadn't been properly engaging my muscles the week before. And on top of that, I only had 1/4 of the routine choreographed. I began that Tuesday morning with yoga in my backyard, looking for some semblance of grounding. Glancing up in the middle of one of my poses, I saw a rainbow. Following the yoga YouTube video and doing my breathing and my poses, my mind wandered to the submission video due in 4 days. My toes and fingertips were numb because all my anxiety was having a raging party in my ribcage. I dreaded going into the studio later that morning. I just wanted to rest. I just wanted time to recover. I asked myself, what would it feel like if I didn't enter this competition? Laughing, I told myself I had to enter. It's what is done. One dances and one competes. But why do I want to compete? Because I have to prove that I'm the best, my mind said. I thought about all the people who danced within 100 kilometers of where I lived. How many of them would enter this competition? Not many. And how many of them would be considered a better dancer than me? Probably a fair few. But you have to compete. You've always competed, my mind said again. Beneath that rainbow, while breathing into my Warrior 2 pose, I asked myself one more time, why do I want to compete? And honestly, I couldn't come up with a good enough reason. I imagined how I would feel not preparing for the competition and not having to compete. Life suddenly looked stress-free, peaceful and fun. I had more time for my writing and my muggle job, and I knew my dance skills would progress further if I didn't have to spend months repeatedly training my one competition routine. So, beneath the rainbow at 6 a.m, I quit. I wouldn't enter the competition, and maybe not any competitions all year. Since I made that decision, I've felt like I could breathe. There aren't a million things tugging at my attention, and I can prioritize what's most important to me. I feel calmer every day, and my body is stronger than ever. I learned that I don't have to do something if I don't want to. Even after years of being brought up in the competitive dance industry, I can choose who I dance for. As I grow and change, so should my beliefs and ideas, which took me a while to learn. If I'm not trying to win a competition, I am still a valid human, and certainly no less of a dancer. Nor am I missing out on anything. There will always be another competition. What surprised me most about this rainbow revelation was that I like saying no to things that don't light me up. I am peaceful. The submission window is closed, the competition came and went, and I don't regret the decision one bit. I love focusing on teaching my students and focusing on my own training, and more than ever, I believe that rainbows are signs.